Well, as you can tell by the title, this isn't going to be a normal podcast. Today we're talking about sex. I know, I said it. Not only sex, but well, listen to this question. My question is this. I'm a fairly kinky guy. Not homosexual, not bisexual, but I like to engage in some practices in the bedroom that the straight community would find unusual. What does the Bible say about kinky sex? Let me make it clear. I am married to a woman, fantastic one, by the way. What we do in private, there is no other people participating and or that even know about what we do. Is it a sin? Is it a sin to have different sex within the confines of marriage and a loving relationship? What are your thoughts on this? It's been perplexing me for some time, but I can find no Bible passages that specifically mention this. Well, thanks for asking. And honestly, thanks for asking an almost 65-year-old virgin about what you should do in the bedroom. I'm an authority. At least in my mind, I'm an authority on everything, and probably not in reality. But there are a couple things I'd love to share with you. You know, there's a difference between sex and lust. Even if you're married, there's a difference. And I think that sometimes those lines get very blurred. You know, everything that we do in life needs to have a conversation, an ongoing conversation, one that's healthy, one that's honest, one that's transparent. And the first thing you should never do is force somebody to do something that they're not comfortable with. And secondly, you should make sure that it doesn't leave the confines of love. So S&M isn't love. Some kinky sex isn't love, depending on how you describe it, and I don't want to know the details, but depending on what's going on, some of it isn't love, it's lust. Um, when you use a lot of sex toys and stuff like that, folks, I think we get away from what sex was really meant to be. That loving relationship that expresses more than just hardcore passion, but also love and romance and all of those things that really keep a relationship going. And those are the most important things. So I guess what I would say is this. Have a conversation about it. Talk about it openly. Ask what are you comfortable with and make sure you're both being transparent. And then talk about it in the confines of loving relationship and not just lust. Is this something that we both feel love with and passion in a good way with? Is it expressing our emotional and our romantic feelings with each other? Or is it getting into something else that feels a little strained, that feels like lust, that doesn't really express what love is all about? And again, I have to say that I'm not an experienced well, I'm not experienced, but I'm not an expert on this area. But these things make sense to me. And I think there's some questions that you could ask that would lead you to what's healthy and what isn't. You know, a lot of times people, because we love another person, we put up with things that we don't feel completely comfortable with, or we talk ourselves into things that we wouldn't ordinarily do. Make sure that isn't happening. Make sure you have that ongoing talk with each other. And for those of you that have never entered into this, or even those of you that aren't married yet, you know, it's really an important thing that you keep the marriage bed sacred, that you understand that this is really sacred ground. This is something that God gave you to express your love for each other with. It isn't for you to you know, to express your lust, to kind of fulfill some kind of primate need that you have necessarily, but it is about love. And keep it about love. And always keep it about love. It'll always serve you. God bless you. Have a great day.